The biggest auto show in the world is going on in Shanghai right now. It's not in Detroit, it's not in Europe. No, China is the epicenter of new cars and technology. And Toyota has just revealed what looks to be an electric Camry. And let me tell you, it looks amazing. Guys, grab your snacks and drinks, buckle in. And what is this BZ7? All right, I wanted to compare the new Lexus ES to this Camry. The ES is kind of a busy design. Yes, we have a lot of lines going through the doors and everything on the, well, I want to call it a Camry. It looks like a Camry / Crown. If the Camry and the Crown had a baby and it was fully electric, that's what this vehicle is. I think it looks really good. Does it look better than the Lexus? Yeah, I think it does. All right. Does that spell well for the Lexus? Well, here's the thing. This vehicle, the chances of this design coming to America, I'm not going to say are slim to none. It's not going to come to America in this exact form. And the reason is this is actually a joint venture in China with GAC and Huawei. Huawei is providing the software, kind of like Google built in, except it's Huawei built in essentially. So it would never make it to America because I think Huawei's banned in the United States. That doesn't stop Toyota from using it. That they're cutting edge technology over in China. All right, so let's get the ES out of the way. If you want to learn more about the ES, yes, the ES is coming to the United States as a BEV and a hybrid. BEV first, the hybrid delayed about 5 months or so. Go and check out my video earlier today. All right, so let's talk about this design. Now, I think this is not a very flattering angle of it. We'll get to the interior, but here's Toyota's EV lineup in China. They have the BZ3 sedan. Think of it as an electric Corolla. The BZ5, I don't know what to say about it. I mean, we're getting the CHR Plus. That's very similar to this BZ5. Here's the BZ7, which is essentially an electric Camry. All right, the BZ3X, which is an electric RAV4 for $15,000. It's an insanely good deal. And then, of course, you got the frumpy BZ4X. This is the old BZ4X, mind you, I think. I don't think this has the refreshed lights on it. Anyways, it doesn't matter. The BZ4X, it is what it is. All right, so let's look at this BZ7 / electric Camry. You know, it does have that light bar in the front like the Crown. However, in the United States, that light bar is disabled. Even though the light bar is still there, it just doesn't work. And it does have very similar headlights. Well, I shouldn't say similar headlights to the Camry. It has better looking headlights than the Camry. This is very Prius-like, but the headlights are separate down below with this hammerhead grille. I think it looks great. And if this was in America, it would look better than the Crown. It looks better than the Camry. I think it looks fantastic. Look at its side profile. From here, I get Crown. I get Crown Sport as well. I'll put those images on the screen for you. From the back, the light bar is in, guys. Light bar is on everything, essentially. Hate it or love it. But look how wide it looks from the rear. It looks really good. BZ7 naming is just, it's only going to live on in China, maybe Europe. This would be called a Camry Plus if it was available in the United States. I mean, the taillights almost look a little ID4, if memory serves me correctly, or you could say some of the, the car I just, I left my camera in 4K, so it just overheated. Anyways, we're back, we're going, and the rear end almost looks like the SQ5 that I reviewed from Audi recently. Okay, except it's a sedan, so it looks better. Is it actually a sedan? Is it a liftback? Well, it looks like it's a trunk. All right, you can see this area right here would pivot off the rear windshield. That's what it looks like to me. As we finish up the images, yeah, there's my thumbnail image. What do you guys think? Do you like it? I think it looks great. I'm a big fan of sedans. I'm driving the Kia K4 this week, so stay tuned for my impressions, my review, my buying guide. I'm very impressed with it so far. I've only driven it maybe 25 miles, but so far so good. This thing looks great. Now, let's look at the interior. All right, this is that operating system, the Huawei operating system. You know, it looks like a big phone. You have your apps on here, like a tablet, okay? So digital climate control, it is what it is. Down below, defrost buttons, auto, it is what it is. Wireless charging. Is that 50-watt wireless charging? Jeez Louise. I feel like my phone would explode from heat. Look at this wood. Even if it's faux wood, I like it. I would have preferred this in the Lexus and more of this. The Lexus got some nice bamboo. It's cool. But I love this wood touch with the ambient lighting. The door panels, they're kind of perforated with a scattering pattern. It looks great. More wood on the armrest. Oh man, I'm liking this Camry. Look at this cool like flame design going through the seats or the shifting sands. That is cool. I mean, yeah, the steering wheel, I don't mind the design. It actually reminds me of a Volvo steering wheel, but the wood grain, guys, this is screaming Lexus to me right now. We got the wood grain. We got some maybe customizable button. They don't look customizable. They look a lot similar to the Lincoln, what was I driving recently? The Lincoln Navigator, where the buttons will disappear if you're not using them. And so that's kind of what's going on here. Big digital screen behind the steering wheel. Looking up top, sunroof or sunshade control right there, inside camera. I mean, I kind of like it. It's not that functional, nor was the Lexus, because there's no physical climate control, nothing. Everything's touch. Now, luckily, there are some buttons, and you probably just set it on 75 or 72 degrees and just press auto and forget about it. But I'm always fumbling with climate control where I live due to the humidity. All right. So I don't know. I'm always going to default to tactile physical climate control. All right. But the BZ7 / Camry EV is looking impressive. What do you guys think? Let's get into some of the details of this vehicle. First joint venture with Huawei, Toyota, but it's also a joint venture with GAC. So Toyota's just teaming up with everybody over there to make a competitive product. It's not easy over in China for any of the Japanese automakers. Toyota's weathering the storm better than most traditional automakers. But look, guys, they're like, yeah, we just got to shake hands with everyone to make a competitive product. But at least they're trying. They're trying quite hard. Man, it looks good even with like the terrible lighting and stuff. That's because this was the BZ7 concept, which looks really, really good too. Above, this is a BZ7 concept, and then down below is a production version where the headlights are a little bit higher. Okay, well, the headlights were kind of, I don't even know where they are on the concept. It's a concept. So here's the mass-produced model, and it's coming this year for Toyota, at least in China. Okay, here's the thing. Before I just talk about this and how we don't get it, could we see this design stateside? The answer is absolutely. It wouldn't have LiDAR. It would have different operating system in here. It wouldn't have Huawei. But Toyota can absolutely use much of this car styling for a Camry BEV stateside. They would have to build it stateside, though. They would have to build it at probably the Kentucky plant. Maybe where that the Lexus ES is leaving production this summer. They could start building this there, and that would be kind of cool. Regardless of what your thoughts are on EV, it'd be cool to have an EV Camry. I think it would kick major butt. And I'd like to have an EV Corolla. I just like having options, right? Have a car for whatever person's needs are. And Toyota seems to believe in that. Now in China, everything is BEV and EREV, or extended range electric vehicle. This is no EREV option. All right, this is BEV only, seemingly. Okay, here's the back seats as well. You got the panel roof. You got a fold down tray table like in an airplane. The wood grain on the armrest and the back seat. The back seat, I mean, this is a 4-seater. So this is a flagship luxury sedan. We wouldn't see this vehicle equipped how it is in the stateside, right? It would infringe too much on Lexus and the ES. But it doesn't mean they can't make a Camry BEV that looks like it. You know what I mean? No powertrain specs have been announced. We have no battery specs. We have no range. We have no motor information. In the first quarter, GAC Toyota joint venture sold 171,000 vehicles. 66K sold in March alone, and a year-on-year increase of 19%. Maybe the article forgot about the BZ5 and the BZ3. I know for sure the BZ3 is on sale, and it has been for over a year over in China. The BZ7, would it do well here? Well, look, Volkswagen killed off the ID7 sedan, EV sedan that took forever to be launched here, and they just ended up killing it. So, here's the thing. I have seen Toyota documents, internal documents that have talked about an EV Camry, but with the current emissions stuff, politics, resourcing of materials to avoid tariffs, like who the heck knows if we would see a BEV Camry anytime soon. The hybrid Camry is fantastic, and sedans aren't really the name of the game like they are over in China. I would love to see it, but no rush, in my opinion. I like this design. I'd rather have this design than the Crown. Get rid of the Crown in the United States and bring this in as a fully battery electric or a hybrid. I think it'd be cool, but there's just too much competition. All right, I get it, within Toyota's own lineup. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty smooth looking. Let me know what you guys think of this Camry / BZ7 fully electric vehicle. It's looking pretty good, guys. Stay tuned for more updates. Yes, I could go over all the stuff happening in China, but it's not like CATL. CATL has new battery technology, sodium batteries that charge super fast, yada, yada, yada. Like, we do get CATL batteries in America, but it's a hot button because they're on the blacklist with the government, the U.S. government, CATL, even though Ford wants to build a plant with them. And I don't even know what's going on with that Ford plant in CATL. Volkswagen is unloading a lineup of EVs. Pretty cool. I mean, this one looks Range Rover to me. It looks fantastic. This one's more of like a Corolla Cross, or should I say a Taos size. This looks pretty small. It looks like a Rabbit sort of size. I don't know if I have any more. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's more like a Jetta size, maybe slightly smaller. The Aura. But isn't that funny? In Japan, Nissan's Note Aura is a vehicle. The Era Aura, gosh, this would be confusing as heck. The Era looks pretty good. Really, really strong looking crossover. I wish our Tiguan looked like this. It is what it is. Or the Atlas had this sort of styling, but whatever. And then this, I mean, this doesn't look like a Volkswagen to me. This looks like a VinFast mixed with some other brands like DS, for example, some brands that we don't get in the United States. So Mazda's EZ60 just got revealed officially. I made a video on it previously. It looks good, but it's huge. It's enormous. It's super heavy. That's the problem with BEVs. Watch my ES video this morning. The ES BEV is like 1,300 pounds heavy or something like that compared to the ES V6. It's just wild. It's hard to wrap your head around that these EVs are better for the environment when they weigh over 1,000 pounds more than their outgoing model. That doesn't sound like it's good for the environment. Definitely not good for tires, but anyways, Mazda CX-60 or ES CX-60, whatever. I can't keep up with the names because it changes per market. It looks cool. Maybe I guarantee we'll see a lot of this styling on the new CX-5. But that's about it. I could keep going, guys. There's just so much stuff coming out of the Shanghai Auto Show. I mean, this BYD Denza looks like a 911 / Lamborghini fighter. I'm going to look at this. Let's look at this before we let you guys go. What in the world? That huge wing on the back too. That blue is fantastic. I like the yellow accents. Looks like a premium sports car to me. I mean, the design looks very, very Lotus. It'll cost what? Starting at $42,000. Oh man. And the 30,000 RPM electric motor, super high power. I want to say it's like 600 horsepower. It's going to be on this vehicle. Just absolutely mind-blowing. Okay, let's see here. Does it give us any other details on it? I don't think so. But that thing is just an absolute monster from BYD. Anyways, we'll never see it stateside. And there's no mention of this EV Camry on the Toyota newsroom in the United States. Doesn't mean we can't see the design. I would say it's a 50-50 shot that we see this design stateside. The Camry EV plans might be put on the back burner for a while. All right, so at least the US made one. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. If there's something really cool that comes out of the Shanghai Motor Show, I'll definitely share it for you guys. And also in 1 month from now, I'll be attending a massive Toyota event where there's going to be reveals, hands-on, new driving impressions. It's going to be nuts. RAV4 is probably going to finally shed the mystique around it, the next gen RAV4 fully electrified. So that will be interesting. Stay tuned. Catch you in the next one. Have a great day and peace.